You ever have one of those days where it's like nothing bad happens, but nothing particularly good happens either? I just had one of those days, and normally that's a fine day. And yes, there are always good things that you can find within a given day, and yes, this day likely had them too. I think I'm just at a point where I feel so burnt out from this really long stretch of deep, intensive healing work and shadow work and everything that goes along with it. And I'm tired. I'd love a win or a series of wins. But I think this last week has also been a bit difficult. I did some energy healing work last Monday, so it's been a week. And what I've noticed is that usually gives me a bit of a boost and I feel really good for 12 to 24 hours. And then it usually is followed by a slump where I actually feel worse than I did before. And that usually lasts about 1 to 2 days. I think that happens because whatever I'm working on releasing, whatever you'd be working on releasing, is given the space to come up and out. And then Wednesday night through Saturday, I spent time with my parents, who I love, but I can feel my nervous system revert back to how it was when I was a child living there. And while I'm not trying to play the parent blame game, much of the issues I'm currently working through developed during that time because of the circumstances of childhood. And so coming off of the energy work, coming out of a few days with my parents and just that nervous system reaction to it. A weekend where I was looking forward to going on a first date with someone. And then she flaked, and then she unflaked, and then she flaked again. And work has just been super crazy, and I feel more like a pencil pusher or paper pusher, whatever the term is. And all these things together where it feels like the energy work isn't taking hold, where it feels like my nervous system regulation work isn't taking hold, where all the healing and everything I've been doing hasn't been taking hold, where I'm not seeing the results I want with dating and relationships, where I'm not seeing the results and fulfillment I want out of work. It can feel very defeating. And I share this to rant because it feels good to get off my chest. But I also think it could be helpful in that it shows what part of the healing work, the journey looks like. And those are times that feel like a plateau or even like you've reverted back temporarily. Or times where you're just not feeling good. Like I feel like I'm in a funk this last week or so. It's funky. I felt the momentum. I've had days where I felt good, where I felt like this new higher version of myself. And then to feel like this again, where it's almost like there's that hint of the awareness of the higher self, but then there's this old self that's more prominent. It's this weird mix of the two. It's just, no one talks about that. Everyone talks about just the idealized final stage, which I also don't think anyone ever really achieves, by the way. So I hope this brings some realism to it, and that hearing a random guy on this app rant about his life somehow brings solace to yours. I don't know.